So this is step 4A, which is edge orientation. In this step, what we're going to do is look for the bad edges or the misoriented edges and flip them so they're all good edges. Now, to look for a bad edge, I do a something called the opposite or same color rule, where you want to keep it so that the U sticker is either on the U or the D sticker is either on the U. Either way is fine. So it can be like this, where the D sticker is on top and the U is in the bottom, or like that, where it's just that. So the same and opposite color rule, what it does is you're looking for bad edges that way. So it follows like this. So you have the center color, and you're looking at the 4 bad edges on top, or 4 edges on top, not bad edges. If it's the same color, then it's a good good edge, so you don't have to flip it. If it's an opposite color, because white is opposite of yellow, then it's also a good edge, so you don't have to flip those. So what you're looking for are just the bad edges for now. Here you have an orange, a red, and down here you have a green. So those 4 are bad edges because they don't follow the same and opposite color rule, because none of these 3 stickers are the same or opposite of yellow, and this one is not the same or opposite of white. So you know that there are 4 bad edges. So that's just a way where you can recognize the bad edges. So for example, if I do something like this, it's just the same case or whatever. Okay, here's your center. You're looking at the 4 stickers around it, and this is on the U, by the way. So the 4 stickers around it, none of them are yellow or white. So all 4 of these are bad edges. But when you look down here, you see that the white, you look at this one, and you look at this one. This one's the same as white, and this is the opposite of white, so that's fine. And you're not really concerned with these 2 because these are part of your blocks. So you're only concerned about the M-slice edges here and here, and then here and these 4, because you can also move around the U. So now we're actually going to move on how to flip bad edges. There are only 9 distinct cases. So if you don't recognize something, it's either reflected along the y-axis, or you did something wrong in your blocks and you're not really done with your blocks. So if you get something that you don't recognize, then it's either one of those things. There are only 3 mini-algs that you actually have to learn. I call them mini-algs because none of them are greater than 3 moves each. So what I'm going to do first is show you the mini-alg, and then show you which cases go with that mini-alg. Also, if you don't recognize a case, you can always move around the U layer as well as the M layer, so you can actually find what EO case you have. So the first of these mini-algs is M', U2, M'. The M', U2, M' is exclusive to a case like this, where you have 2 bad edges on top, and then 2 bad edges at the bottom, like that. So you have 4 bad edges in total. Now, you can also do M', U2, M' if you have a case like this, where you have 4 bad edges on top and then none at the bottom. So if you're wondering why after doing that you still have, bad edges, is because, again, orientation is going through cycles. So every single time you do the mini-alg, it brings you to another case where you have to perform another mini-alg until none of them are bad edges anymore. The next mini-alg is just an M2, and it's exclusive to this case, where you have 2 bad edges adjacent to each other, and then 2 bad edges in the bottom. And what this does again is brings it to another orientation case. The last of the mini-algs is just an M', U, M', but you can always change the direction of the M's and U's to influence the next substep, so you can find different shortcuts or an easier way to do the next substep. And it'll make sense later on when you're actually doing step 4B. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to show you the last mini-alg, which is M', U, M', and that just cycles around through the edges. The first case is when you have 2 bad edges, one of them in front like this, and the other one down there. So it's like diagonal from each other, because one's here and then one's back there, so it's like diagonal. So again, it's just M', U, M', and that brings you to another case. The next case is another two bad edges case where you have these two. So again, all you have to do is M prime U M prime, and that brings you to another case. The next case is when you have two bad edges adjacent to each other on the top. So it's like this, where this one and this one are bad edges. Again, same moves, and that brings you to another case again. The next case is when you have no bad edges up on top, and then you have them at the bottom. Both of them down here are bad edges, but it's the same move again, and that'll bring you to another case again. The next case is when you have 6 bad edges, and that's all of them. So you have to flip all of these, so it's this one, this one, this one, that one, are bad edges. So doing MUM brings you to another case. The last of these cases is when you have 4 bad edges, where it looks like there's 3 on top and then 1 on bottom. And you want to make sure that it's actually, the top is twisted correctly, because the easiest way to do that is, these look like it's forming an arrow towards the bad edge down here. So that's how I look at it. Anyways, just 4 bad edges, and after you do the M prime U M prime with this, like that, everything should be good edges now. So if you didn't get this, you might as well either rewatch the video again to see which cases go to which. I also have edge orientation case in my written root tutorial, which is on wafflelikescubes.webs.com. It's linked in the description. So if you couldn't follow this, I just kind of physically showed you what it is. There's a link to the bad edges and what they cycle into in my tutorial, written tutorial on my website. Alright.